Ladies and gentlemen, hope you are doing well wherever you are. Welcome to our daily political analysis. After the opposition camp announced planned demonstrations before the end of this month, actually to be specific on June 25th, to commemorate those who lost their lives during the 2024 Gen Z's protest, Kenya's commander-in-chief, who is none other than President William Ruto, has expressed strong concern and issued a stern warning regarding the planned protests in this country, Kenya. Ruto cautioned against inactions that could lead to violence, destruction of property, and disruption of public order, emphasizing that while citizens have the constitutional right to demonstrate, such freedoms must be exercised peacefully and within the law. The President of Kenya, William Ruto, warned that the government would not tolerate any attempts to create chaos or threaten national stability, ladies and gentlemen, during the commemorations. Before I continue, dear viewer, honorable, wherever you are, as you continue watching this clip, please, I'm requesting you, I'm not commanding you, but I request, I beseech you, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I kindly ask you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we upload new content. Thank you for your support, and may God bless you more than enough. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the news we have on our news desk, finally, President William Ruto has warned against violence, destruction of property, and disruption of economic activity as Kenya prepares to mark the anniversary of the 25th June anti-government protest. Actually, Ruto was speaking during the National Productivity and Performance Conference at the State House, which is here in Nairobi. Ruto said Kenyans have a constitutional right to demonstrate, but stressed that such freedoms must be exercised peacefully and within the law. He emphasized that national stability, public safety, and economic productivity should not be sacrificed during commemoration. You know, Ruto's remarks come at a time of growing public attention around June 25th, a date that has become politically significant following the 2024 anti-finance bill protests. Those demonstrations, largely driven by young Kenyans known as Gen Z, attracted global attention after protesters stormed, I think you remember, Parliament in Nairobi and forced the government to withdraw controversial tax proposals through what we call Finance Bill 2024-2025. I think you can remember what happened here in Kenya. The protest also exposed deep frustrations over the cost of living. We call it inflation, corruption, governance, and youth unemployment. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruto said Kenya remains committed to democratic freedoms, including the right to assemble and present grievances. However, he argued that demonstrations should not endanger lives, destroy businesses, or interrupt the work of citizens seeking to, earn a living. Ruto maintained that maintaining order is essential for economic growth and investor confidence, especially as the government continues to pursue development and a job creation program. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so opposition had announced that they have to demonstrate, they have to protest on 25th this month. So we are waiting to see how it will be. Security concerns surrounding the anniversary have also drawn international attention. I've seen USA Embassy in Nairobi has previously issued advisories warning its citizens about potential demonstrations. Actually, I've seen it. I'll prepare another clip about it. Traffic disruptions and increased security operations during June 25th commemorations. Such warnings sometimes highlight what we call the expectation that large crowds could gather in major urban centers. I think you have witnessed before, particularly Nairobi, where previous demonstrations have attracted thousands of participants. That's what USA Embassy Advisory June 2025 said by then, and actually they have repeated it. At the same time, civil society organizations continue to call for respect for constitutional rights. You know, according to the Constitution, which was promulgated in the year 2010, it allows Kenyans to picket, to demonstrate, as one way of communicating to the current authority. Human rights groups, including Amnesty International and the local legal organizations, have repeatedly urged both protesters and the security agencies to attract, or rather to act within the law. You know, ladies and gentlemen, report released after the 2024 demonstrations which we had in Kenya documented allegations of excessive force and raised questions about police accountability during crowd control operations, according to the report we saw. The anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, also carries emotional weight for many young Kenyans. According to international media reports, families of victims, activists, and community groups view June 25th as a moment to remember those who lost their lives during the unrest and to renew calls for accountability and reforms. That is why some of them are prepared to remember what happened back 2024. You know? That is why opposition are planning to demonstrate, to remember what happened in Kenya. But now, Commander-in-Chief has sent a strong warning, has cocked guns against opposition. And actually, he has announced there will be peace in Kenya. Students will attend classes. Those who are doing business, they have to do business. Those who are employed, they have to go to job and work for productivity in this nation, Kenya. You know? That's what he said. As the anniversary approaches, Kenya faces the challenge of balancing constitutional freedoms